From the start, every single warrior on the field would have had a spear. So a single-handed spear such as this, but whether it was a short one like this or a longer one, this would be the primary weapon of every single warrior on the field. From the fearsmen all the way up to kings, they'd have all been armed with spears. The reason being, it keeps you at a nice distance. So there, I can reach you from a long distance away. Whereas if I've got a sword or a knife, I'm outreached and I could get hurt rather quickly. Every single warrior as well would have had a shield. The shield would have been planked, covered in rawhide, and edged with rawhide as well. So it'd be rather strong. For the Anglo-Saxons and the Danes, they were disposable items and required multiple shields to go on their campaigns. We then have the higher status weapons. So a sword, back in the Viking Age, was roughly the equivalent of a high-performance sports car. Very expensive weapon. Lots of iron in its blade, and took a lot of skilled craftsmanship to make. So these would have been status symbols to begin with in the Viking Age. They would have been used as a weapon of last resort or as part of an honour duel. They wouldn't have been used as a primary weapon. Got the terrifying weapon of war. Only use alongside the sword is to kill people. This is the Dane Axe, or the long axe. It comes over to England with the Scandinavians, with the Danish, made famous by Canute and his Huskarls, and then gets used all the way through to the Battle of Hastings, where this is swung in a figure of 8 in front of the Anglo-Saxon army, decapitating the Norman horses. Stories of this axe were so terrifying that after the battle, William the Conqueror banned it outright, and it was punishable by death to even own one. So it was a terrifying weapon of its day. Another weapon we have the use of in our period is the bow. It was a long bow made of yew and arrows as well. My favourite is actually the Dane Axe. These weapons are terrifying. We can't use them effectively in how we fight for safety, but the weapons like this are phenomenal to see moving. Once they get the momentum behind them, there would be nothing that would stop them. And it takes a lot of skill and control to be able to use one effectively. So they develop onwards from there. So you get things like halberds, billhooks, pole axes are all developed from the axes that we see here. And then the executioner's axe and things like that are all developed from these large broadheads. So yes, very unique weapon that carries on in a prolific manner, and it conjures a lot of fear and imagination into it. So chainmail, we don't unfortunately have a suit here, but it's a ring shirt, suit of body armor made out of rings. Every single ring is first of all wrapped around a dowel, chisel cut it, flatten it, punch it, rivet it. It takes for a single suit of chainmail 10,000 man hours to make. To put that into perspective of a 9-to-5 job, that's 3.5 years.
Wow.
So they were very expensive items, roughly the equivalent of £500,000 today, if you transfer it. And Constantinople had Roman foundries going. They were churning out roughly 1,000 suits of chainmail a month. So you put that 3.5 years, the 10,000 man hours to make a single one, 1,000 suits of chainmail in a month, at 1 million hours within a month. It's a lot of slave labour that was going on in those cities.